Hello everyone, welcome to Explore the Unknown channel. Have you ever wondered if the legacy of Mahatma Gandhi, the celebrated father of the nation, is as immaculate as popularly believed? Few figures in history command the global reverence Gandhi does. His philosophy of non-violence and satyagraha have been celebrated worldwide. Yet, like every individual, Gandhi was more than the sum of his most famous deeds. Today, we will embark on a journey to explore the less-known, controversial aspects of his life. Join us as we delve into the lesser-known side of Gandhi's life. Gandhi, despite his later advocacy for racial equality, held views in his early life that were quite contrary. In his early 20s, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, later known as Mahatma Gandhi, moved to South Africa. This was a time of significant racial tension, and Gandhi, being an immigrant of Indian descent, was not immune to the prejudice and discrimination prevalent during that era. However, it's important to note that Gandhi's views on race during his early years in South Africa were, to say the least, problematic. His writings from that period reveal a man who considered black Africans to be inferior and uncivilized, a stark contrast to the icon of equality and non-violence he would later become. In a letter written in 1894, Gandhi stated that the white race should be the predominating race. He also referred to black Africans using a derogatory term, which was quite common at the time but is considered highly offensive today. But as the years passed, Gandhi's views evolved. His experiences and interactions with different races and cultures played a significant role in reshaping his beliefs. By the time of his departure from South Africa in 1914, Gandhi had begun to advocate for racial equality, demonstrating a significant shift in his thinking. This evolution, however, does not erase the controversial statements he made in his early years. It serves as a reminder that even the most revered figures in history are not without their flaws and contradictions. Gandhi's early views on race, though later disavowed, remain a controversial part of his legacy. Another contentious aspect of Gandhi's life was his stance on India's caste system and untouchability. Gandhi believed in the fundamental unity of all castes, which he called Varna, and argued for their integration into society. However, he also maintained that each caste had its specific duties and functions, a concept he referred to as Swadharma. Gandhi's approach to untouchability was more radical. He called untouchability a blot on humanity and worked tirelessly to eradicate it. He even coined a new term, Harijan, meaning children of God, to refer to the untouchables in a bid to uplift their social status. Yet his views and efforts were not without criticism. Prominent social reformer B.R. Ambedkar, himself from a lower caste, disagreed with Gandhi's approach. Ambedkar argued that Gandhi's concept of Swadharma only reinforced caste hierarchies and perpetuated inequality. He believed that the caste system should be completely abolished, not merely reformed. Furthermore, Ambedkar criticized Gandhi's use of the term Harijan, viewing it as patronizing and disempowering. He argued that it was not a change in name, but a change in social attitudes and structures that was needed to truly uplift the untouchables. Gandhi's approach to caste and untouchability was rooted in his belief in non-violence and spiritual transformation. However, his critics argued that his methods were too gradual and not radical enough to bring about real social change. His approach to caste and untouchability is another area where Gandhi's legacy has been questioned. Gandhi's personal life and practices too have attracted criticism and controversy. Delving into this, we uncover Gandhi's celibacy vows. He took these vows in his late 30s, a decision that reportedly surprised his wife Kasturba. Gandhi claimed that this vow allowed him to redirect his sexual energies towards his social service. But there's more to this practice that has stirred controversy. Gandhi initiated a practice of sleeping naked alongside young women, including his own grandniece. Now, this was not a casual decision. He did this as a self-imposed test of his celibacy to prove his control over his sexual urges. The idea was to be in the presence of temptation, yet remain untouched by it. These practices, however, have been met with considerable criticism. Many view them as deeply problematic, calling into question the power dynamics involved and the potential for exploitation. critics argue that Gandhi's actions were inappropriate, especially given his stature and influence. Moreover, some argue that these practices reflected a troubling obsession with celibacy and purity, to the point of overshadowing his other contributions. They question whether his personal practices were indeed a form of self-discipline, or rather a manifestation of a peculiar predilection. These aspects of his personal life have further complicated his legacy. They serve as reminders that even the most revered figures in history are complex, and their actions can be subject to various interpretations and criticisms. So, what do these controversies tell us about Gandhi's legacy? We've journeyed through Gandhi's early years, shedding light on his racial views. We've explored his stance on caste and untouchability. We've delved into his personal life, revealing practices that may raise eyebrows. All these facets of his life paint a multi-layered portrait of a revered figure. While Gandhi made significant contributions to India's freedom struggle, these aspects of his life remind us that even the most revered figures are complex and flawed. Please like, share and subscribe for more interesting facts.